Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sachin Chavhan and let's begin your lecture. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about algorithms. So let's start with the definition of an algorithm. The algorithm is nothing but a step-by-step procedure. It's just a procedure where we are going to solve our problem in a sequential manner, like step by step. Okay, now algorithm defines a set of instructions. What is defines? A set of instructions to be executed in a certain order. A set of instructions means there is bulk of instructions called as a program. To be executed means to find that or to process that instructions in a certain order, means to getting an output we need to perform instructions in a sequential manner. Okay, so that is an algorithm. Algorithms are generally created independent of underlying language. Means the under the algorithm does not have a proper language support. Where you can write an algorithm in any language, but the programming language is independent from an algorithm, or an algorithm is independent from a programming language. Okay, so that means in another word, if you write an algorithm, you can implement that algorithm in several programming languages. Okay, this is the simple meaning of that algorithm. Algorithms are implemented, or we can say algorithms are stated by a scientist named as Nicholas Worth. Okay, this is the MCQ question. Then there is a program. Program is nothing but a set of instructions. Program is nothing but a set of instruction to perform a certain kind of an operation, where program consists of an algorithm and the data structures. Means algorithm is the step by step execution and the data structure are the nothing but in the values or something like that. Okay, so this. Then there is the characteristics of an algorithm. Not all the procedures can be called as an algorithm. Means not all the written instructions cannot be called as an algorithm. Algorithm needs to have certain kind of characteristics. First one is unambiguous. Means algorithm should not be ambiguous. That is, it needs to be clear. It needs to be find the output properly. It's to find the output user wants. That is the meaning of an unambiguous. Then there is input. Input algorithm should have 0 or more than 0 values as an input. Output algorithm should have one output or more than one output, where 0, that means if we do not give the input to the computer, then also it works. But when we are going to see a screen, computer showing us something, that means it already perform a certain kind of operation and at least one operations have been done. That's why here we written 1. Then finiteness means after some period of time or after executing certain amount of instruction, our algorithm should have stopped. Okay, so that is called a finite number of steps. That is finiteness. Then there is a feasibility. Feasibility means our algorithm should be feasible to our hardware needs. Means if user want a certain kind of output, it needs to work or it needs to execute on a certain kind of hardware which we have that kind of hardware there. If there is for example, what we can say, if we have 1 GB hard disk and we are executing a program of 2 GB, or we are executing the algorithm of 2 GB, that is not possible. So feasibility means if we are having, just consider it as an example, if we are having an 1 GB of hard disk, so starting from 500 MB to 1 GB something, that can be feasible. Then independence means the algorithm should be independent from a programming language. Then pseudocode. Pseudocode means what? So algorithm can be written in any language, but when the instructions like addition, subtractions are come to your English language, so that becomes a pseudocode. Okay, means we are using a programming statements with an English language, that becomes your pseudocode. Then how to write an algorithm? So algorithm have no well-defined standard, because anyone can write an algorithm in any language. Then algorithms are never written to support a particular programming language. We have already said it earlier. So as we know that all programming language has basic structures like loops, while loop, and these kind of loops. We are going to discuss it later on also. So that can be used in your algorithm. Then algorithm must be a step-by-step manner, but it is not always the case, because the loops can break the structures also. Then algorithm writing is a process and is executed after a problem domain is well defined. It has to be a well defined structure. Then convention used in while writing the algorithms are, you should name your algorithm. Then if there is a comment, so there is a comment section also. Steps or step by step, we have already said. Algorithm should have a start statement and a stop statement. Then there is an, if we are going to provide an input to an algorithm, so it can be written like input and read statement. And if we are computer going to give us an output, so algorithm must have a statement of print, so it can show us, or it can be understood as an output statement. So for example, let's see the problem. Design an algorithm to add two numbers and display the result. Maybe we are going to add two numbers and going to display the result, that is 5 and 15. So these are my input and I need 20 as my output. So let's see how the algorithm works. So step by step, step 1 becomes your start, and the last step, we don't know the number yet, but last step has to be a stop statement. So step 1 start, then we have to declare the values, okay, where these are your values. First one is A, this becomes your B, and this becomes your C. So there are three integer values. Then define the values of A and B. So A becomes 5, this is my declaration. B becomes 15, this is my declaration also. Then add the values, this becomes my step 4. Add the values. This operation is performed by your ALU or the CPU. So 5 plus 15. And now next one is to store the output to the C. Means C becomes a variable where 15 plus 5 becomes 20. It has been stored in C. Now print C, that means let's show the output to your user. So you are printing the value C, and your monitor now showing the value 20 as your output. Also sometimes algorithm becomes lengthy. If you need to short the algorithms, you can do it also like this. Step 1 start to add, get values A and B. Then C equals AB, that means store the values of addition of A and B into C. Now display C, and last statement is stop. Okay, note writing the step number is optional, so it's good. Now note that, okay, algorithm is designed to solve a problem. Okay, algorithm is designed to solve a problem, but in real life a particular problem can be solved by many solutions. That means if a particular problem have many kind of algorithms also, so that can be possible. So this is the note that any problem can have, or we can write multiple kind of algorithms, and a programmer can work on multiple kind of algorithms also. So he can develop in a C, in C++, or he can develop the algorithm in Java also. So there are certain kind of that things. Okay, fine. So I think you understood the concept well. If you have any doubt, please let me in comment section. Thank you.